Hi everyone, Patriarchy Perspective here, and I noticed that Tim Demotivator Opinion did a video where he talks about the recent live stream he did on Bearing's channel. I'll link it in the description so you can check it out, but I'm going to go through this video and give my thoughts on the points he's made.
I thought I'd make a quick video as just like a post-mortem or my thoughts on a hangout that I had yesterday with a well-known anti-feminist YouTuber,
Bearing.
So we had a wide-ranging discussion about a bunch of things, like the doxing drama, all that kind of shit. Like, it was a little bit repetitive just going over this case that he's been building against
Christy Winters.
Going over all the points, trying to figure out what's what, and he was trying to paint a picture that
Christy
has done A, B, or C, you know? So he had this whole list of things, this whole litany of things that we just went through.
Honestly think at this point there's no use beeping out the names of the people. I imagine people watching this video you've made know Bearing and Christy and would have some knowledge of the doxing as it is featured on both theirs and your channels. And I think the story you're trying to make is that Bearing was shoving his evidence down your throat. I watched the live stream and you asked Bearing to justify his allegations of Christy being responsible for the doxing. You're not doing your fans any favours by misrepresenting the truth.
So when I go into like a conversation or hang out with someone, I'm just there to talk to that person and to see what's up, and he invited me to the stream and I was like, alright, yeah, let's have a conversation.
You wanted to have a general conversation with a man you once called a fucking inbred. Did you really expect a civil reaction from him or his fans?
I don't really have any agenda or anything. I had two specific points that I wanted to cover because they were things to do with me. So I went in there, we had the conversation, whatever, it was a little repetitive, it was kind of frustrating because he seemed to have so much to prove.
I've already covered why Bearing would want to prove his actions, so I'm not even going to bother explaining it again.
Whereas I just like to just have conversations with people, so like, whatever. So I was having a look at all of the comments, talking about how I did or whatever, or like how he did, and
Bearing's
fan base is basically, I scroll through all of the comments, it's just, Tim was wrecked, Tim was destroyed, it was the trial of Tim.
So we get to the bit I really want to start responding to, because it's at this point where Tim takes the position of the victim and tries to use his position in the live stream to defend against what he calls ownage culture. Let's do this.
Tim is, what an idiot, he's done, he's over, everything he said was wrong, he's ruined.
You just got wrecked.
I find it really strange. Maybe I am not a creature of the internet and this kind of wreckage ownage culture, I suppose, because I don't have that kind of agenda. I don't have the mentality that when I go into a conversation with someone I'm trying to wreck or destroy, or that I'm trying to, like, put them on trial. This person has been wrecked, so now they are, like, debunked as an individual. What a shit show.
You just got wrecked.
I literally just don't care about it. I don't give a fuck about owning somebody. And I don't understand this weird mentality of everything is about dominating. Everything is about crushing. So when I read through those comments, I feel kind of sad for people who have that kind of mentality because it seems like such a stupid, moronic way to think about life.
Here we go. What I think you're trying to do is establish a moral high ground on the internet, Tim, but there is no such thing. If you don't believe in wrecking people, that is fine, but that doesn't become some gold standard for everyone else to be judged on. The reason the internet is the way it is today is because, unlike most societies, it is allowed to be the home of free and open discussion without repercussion. The people that you decry at NTSJW are likely to have been ostracised by a social group because they did not share opinions with the majority. You may not understand this, Tim, but your social justice warriors and advocates share a particular privilege that your political opponent does not. That privilege is being on the favoured side of the politics and social opinions of the majority. That's why when you say things that have no logical evidence, such as the topics covered in your live stream with Bearing and several other videos you've made, you expect to be protected by the same social barrier that you are in real life. Unfortunately, YouTube is not the real world, and people do not have to abide by the social justice standard of debate and discussion as they do in real life.
Basically, you go into that conversation thinking, is going to destroy this guy, he's going to crush him, he's going to ruin him, and then you get all of your biases confirmed when I don't wreck him because I'm not trying to wreck anybody.
You're right, you don't try to wreck people. What you do is go on your videos and retort to arguments without having the conviction to say them in an open forum like a live stream. Got it.
I'm just fucking talking to the guy. But he's trying to wreck me, somebody's trying to wreck somebody, and then it's just like, read through the comments, it's a joke.
You see, Tim, there you go again. People are saying you got wrecked. A joke. People saying you're factually wrong. Fucking uneducated losers. Word of advice, Tim, if you keep acting like you're better than everyone else, then people will eventually see you as an obnoxious piece of shit, regardless of your social and political opinion.